Do you remember the first time you did Countdown doing Witch Queen?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Now, was that fun to do? And
Yeah.
have you watched Countdown growing up?
Yeah, most definitely. I'd seen Countdown.
Yeah.
So no, all of those things were great. I mean, it was sort of, look, I guess there was an element, having been already on television. So it wasn't like, I mean, as far as the band went, it was like, yeah, this is just sort of taken off, and the next thing you know, the single's gone to #4, and the next
Countdown,
thing Countdown, we're doing all those shows.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same as having that added thing that, you know, like it must be for a band when they haven't done any form of, notoriety or anything, and suddenly they end up on all those things. So at least in a way, I mean, I'd met Molly Meldrum at telephones and things like that. I mean, over the years we had sort of, I mean, probably Tot and David and myself more so. Yeah. The three of us had definitely, you know, met people and been on chat shows and done stuff like that. So that wasn't so foreign to us. But yeah, it was still a great thrill to be on Countdown, and when they recently did the Countdown tours, it was great to be,
because you also did He's Gonna Step On You Again live in the Countdown studio, and you girls, 4 of you girls also hosted Countdown. I do remember that. I remember I had plaits and glasses. Yeah. And was that kind of... Was that the only time we did it? Did we only host it?
You only hosted once, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did 2 performances on it.
Live with the Shantuzis and Witch Queen.
Then it stopped.
So was it nerve-wracking to host, or pretty cool?
I don't really remember. I mean, not as far as I can remember. I remember wearing glasses and having plaits because I was trying to be all sort of anti our image. You know what I mean? Like our image would have been, you know, to be all sort of fluffy and makeup and really girly. And the thing was that we weren't, even though that was what we were doing, we weren't necessarily like that.
There were different facets of
kind of girls. Yeah. So we were always trying to sort of think outside the square and go, a girl band doesn't have to be just necessarily.
Well, from the Witch Queen,
there they all are with their.
From the Witch Queen video, you could tell you're not really prissy.
Yeah,
You had like an edge to you.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So that's why I think in He's Gonna Step On You, when we did our performance, we wore men's pants.
Yeah, you had like a vest with and you were like standing still like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a great performance. You were all dancing and going on.
Came out wearing. It was sort of they were kind of around. Yeah, a big thing for women.
Because that performance was really
masculine,
really good. Yeah, the crowd were going off, and you were all dancing. And it was a really good time. And then like He's Gonna Step On You video, I love that as well. There's a bit at the end, I don't know if you remember, where you're standing still in the camera really seriously.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Yeah. Where was that filmed?
That was filmed at a nightclub in Fitzroy, somewhere like that. Somewhere over that side of town.
There were lots of good outfits in that as well.
Yeah.
It's a costume change.
Yeah, that was Cara Baker, I think. She was a big Melbourne designer at the time. She did that stuff. And that was directed by Mark Joff, who was a friend of all of ours, but also is a fantastic film director who directed Spotswood and Cosy and The Man Who Sued God. And, yeah.
Time, Party Boys also did a version of He's Gonna Step On You Again, and I personally just felt like your version more, but look, that one seems to be the bigger hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Damn those Party Boys. We should have been more Party Girls.
Yes.
No, we didn't know that. We were up in Queensland. We were touring. We were at a Byron Bay studio recording the second half of the. So we'd done the clip and we'd done everything. We were just doing the B-side of the single, which was the first thing we wrote.
That's a good B-side.
And I think our manager Brad got a call to say that someone had heard on the grapevine that the Party Boys were about to go into the studio and record.
So you guys had already recorded.
But we were like 3 weeks in front of them.
Really?
So we were like, beautiful. Okay,
and the video was already made?
Yeah, I think the video was made. If not, we went straight back. No, I've got a feeling the video had just been made, so it was being edited. We hadn't seen the final product. Anyway, went back to Melbourne, came back to Melbourne, and there was suddenly some weird story about, they've dropped the master in the acetate or something. No, well, obviously we'd have to record it again. There was something about the original pressing, the first pressing. Something had happened.
So they were going to have
they had to do it again, and they got out like a week before us. And we always think something.
Do you think that was planned?
It
sounds a bit dodgy.
We reckon one.
Because
record company.
Because I think
a complete conspiracy theory would probably be sued. I always think that, because I can't remember who they were with, Sony or someone. I always reckon Sony said to Mushroom, "Look, we'll give you X amount. You know, you'll still get to bring your version out, and they'll, but just let us go first." And
it's really kind of weird.
I think they probably still would have done well. They were very popular at the time. But I think it might have been a bit more of a closer race. I think they still could have come out a week after us and still even past us. But I just think I can't remember where we were.
It's really interesting though, because around that 86 period, like the kind of Stock Aitken Woman dance sound was so big, so it's kind of weird that, it reached number 36.
Yeah, so that's as far as we got.
Yeah.
Sad. I thought we got into the 20s somewhere. They went to number 1. I think they
went top 10, I know that. Probably top 5, probably. With it. Yeah, I never really paid attention to their version. I was a bit scared of them.
And then there was not the Happy Mondays, but the song one.
Happy Mondays in the 90s.
Oh, did they?
Which is really good. Actually, I was actually telling her around before that.
Yeah.
Shane Sweezy's version, Happy Mondays versions of the two that I like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, quite the song.
Yeah.
We've had that a couple of times.
And who originally did that song?
We did that with a band called Redbone.
Okay.
Or an act.
So what era is that from?
They're all around, and Which Queen's the same. There's 71, 72, somewhere in there.
Okay. And now the next single, which was a huge single, and you took lead vocal at Wanna Be Up.
Yeah.
That was a huge hit.
Written by Brett and Eve.
Yeah.
From the band.
So the first track, which was the cover from the Chanteuse.
Yeah. And then
pretty much one of the most successful ones.
Yeah, I think that was almost because it had a strange thing. I think that went to
number 8. According to this, but I've got a feeling
I think it went higher.
Yeah, I think it went top 5.
I think it went
number
top
2.
5.
Yeah.
It might have been, I thought that one went to like 4.
Yeah.
And it did a strange thing where it then stayed there for about a month and then, in the top 10, and then went out of the top 10. And then I don't know I can't remember why. Did we perform on something or do something and it came back
up again? Probably.
And it came back, maybe it came back to 8.
Yeah, 8, yeah.
Because I remember Molly sort of going, you don't often see that.
On Hey Hey, probably, yeah.
Yeah, that something goes out.
Yeah, and out. And again,
it might have gone to 12 or something and then came back to 8.
And we finally got to hear your voice in full. Right. And strong voice you have.
I do have a strong voice.
Definitely. Yeah. And the video was really fun.
Loud.
Fun as well with the blue dresses and the white and black background. Yeah. Where was that filmed? Just in some studio in Melbourne?
Studio in Port Melbourne.
It was a fun video.
Yeah. It was all sort of done a bit like a fashion shoot.
Yeah,
it was fun.
And who dressed you in those ones?
I can't remember. It was a makeup artist. A stylist. But it wasn't a designer. That was a woman called Lidge, I want to say.